Stop walking to save your life. Yes, you heard me right. If you are over 60 and relying solely on your daily stroll to keep you strong and independent, you are making the single biggest mistake of your retirement plan. Walking is absolutely wonderful for your heart health and your mood, but it does almost nothing, zero, to fight the silent killer that is actively stealing your strength, your balance, and your ability to maintain your independence. That killer is sarcopenia, the rapid and severe loss of muscle mass and power that happens as we age. For years, we have been told that light activity is enough. That is a lie based on outdated science. Today, I am going to show you a simple 2-move routine you can perform right here in your living room using nothing more than a sturdy chair and the power of gravity that will rebuild years of lost muscle and functional strength in just a few weeks. Forget the treadmill. We are focusing on real, foundational, life-saving strength that starts now. Before we dive into the incredible science behind exactly why your precious muscle fibers are vanishing and how to stop that process dead in its tracks today, please take a quick moment and hit that subscribe button below. We are dedicated to providing the most actionable, research-backed, and practical advice for living your best, strongest, and most independent life well past the age of 60. Joining our community ensures you never miss a vital strength secret that could literally change your life. Thank you for being here.
Let's talk frankly about the real danger of sarcopenia. This is not about vanity, it is about survival. Sarcopenia is not just general weakness, it is the leading predictor of frailty, severe falls, and ultimately needing long-term care. Every decade after the age of 40, you are losing approximately 8% of your total muscle mass. By the time many people hit 70 or 80, they might have lost a third of the strength they need just for basic daily functions. Think about what that actually means in your daily life. It means struggling to get up from a low toilet seat or a comfortable armchair. It means losing the grip strength required when carrying a bag of groceries or trying to open a stubborn jar. Most critically, it means the difference between catching yourself immediately when you trip on a rug and sustaining a debilitating, life-altering hip fracture. Walking, which is low intensity, fails because it doesn't challenge the crucial, powerful muscle fibers responsible for quick reaction, speed, and independence. These are called type 2 muscle fibers, and they are the first ones your body abandons when you don't use them. You are literally watching your physical freedom slip away, one weak muscle contraction and one slow step at a time. But here is the critical piece of good news, and the reason you must watch this entire video. This muscle loss is not inevitable. It is reversible, often much faster and more dramatically than many doctors once believed. We simply need to give your muscles the precise signal they require to start rebuilding.
The reason walking fails to reverse sarcopenia lies in a fundamental principle of human physiology called the use it or lose it mechanism. When you walk, your body primarily recruits slow-twitch muscle fibers, known as type 1 fibers. These are built for endurance and low-level, long-duration activity. They are fatigue-resistant. Your body says, "Great, these fibers are being used. We will maintain them." But what about the quick, powerful, fast-twitch type 2 fibers? These are the fibers you rely on for sprinting across the street, quickly stabilizing yourself when you lose your balance, or generating the explosive power needed to get out of a deep couch. Walking provides zero challenge to these type 2 fibers, so your body, in its effort to conserve energy, decides to decommission them. They atrophy, they shrink. This shrinking is sarcopenia. To understand why we must train differently, we need to talk about how your nervous system recruits muscle. This is governed by something called the size principle of recruitment. In simple terms, your brain is efficient. It will only call in the heavy artillery, the powerful type 2 fibers, when it perceives that the task requires significant effort, specifically when the resistance exceeds about 60% of what that muscle can maximally handle. Since walking only uses a fraction of your strength potential, the signal never reaches the type 2 fibers. They sit idle. To fight back, we do not need endurance. We need mechanical tension. This is the only proven signal that tells muscle cells, regardless of your age, that they need to increase protein synthesis and grow stronger. This signal must be intense enough to break the current equilibrium and force an adaptation.
For a 70-year-old, a light resistance band might not be enough tension, and a barbell might be too much risk. We need a sweet spot, and we find it by using our own body weight and manipulating gravity to achieve tension close to failure which is the necessary intensity signal. Now, let's talk about the biology of rebuilding. Many people believe that once you hit a certain age, your body can no longer build muscle efficiently. This is simply not true. What changes is the sensitivity of your muscle cells to the anabolic signal, the signal that tells them to grow. A 25-year-old can recover quickly and signal muscle growth with relatively small amounts of stimulus. An older adult needs a much stronger, clearer signal to kickstart the process. This strong signal comes from challenging your muscles close to the point of failure. This is why we focus heavily on the concept of time under tension, or TUT. When most people do bodyweight exercises, they rush. They drop and stand up fast. They push up and drop down fast. They are missing the magic. The signal for growth is strongest during the negative phase of the lift, known as the eccentric phase, where the muscle is lengthening under load. Think about sitting down into a chair. The standing up is the positive, concentric movement. The slow, controlled lowering is the eccentric, negative movement. This negative phase causes the most mechanical tension, creates the micro-damage required for rebuilding, and provides the clearest growth signal. We must move slowly. If you take 3 seconds to stand up, you must take 4 or 5 seconds to slowly lower yourself back down. This intentional control, this deliberate slowness, is what recruits those lazy type 2 fibers that walking ignores.
Crucially, we must address the concept of training close to failure, which often scares people. When we say close to failure, we mean reaching a point where you can only complete 1 or 2 more repetitions with excellent form before needing to stop. This is the point of maximal motor unit recruitment. Since we are using body weight against a sturdy chair or wall, this is extremely safe and manageable. Failure here doesn't mean dropping a heavy weight. It means slowing down so much that the last repetition takes immense effort. This intensity is non-negotiable for muscle growth when you are fighting sarcopenia. But what happens once 12 reps of an exercise become easy? The muscle stops adapting. This brings us to the most vital law of strength training: progressive overload. For your muscles to continue growing, you must continually increase the challenge. With our 2 bodyweight movements, this is simple and safer than adding weight. 1. Increase time under tension. Once 4 seconds down is easy, increase it to 5 or even 6 seconds down. Maximize that negative signal. 2. Increase range or difficulty. For the squat, use a lower chair or add a very light-weighted object, like holding a heavy book against your chest. For the wall push-up, simply move your feet further back from the wall, increasing the amount of body weight you are pushing. 3. Increase frequency or volume. Only once you have maximized steps 1 and 2, consider adding a 4th set, but be cautious with recovery time.
Another huge factor, often overlooked, is the nutritional signal, specifically protein. You can perform the most perfect exercises in the world, but if you don't supply the building blocks, the muscles cannot rebuild. For older adults, the phenomenon of anabolic resistance means the body needs a much larger dose of protein to kickstart muscle growth. We aim for approximately 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For an average 150-pound person, that is about 110 grams of protein every single day. Most older Americans are eating barely half of this necessary amount. You must prioritize high-quality protein sources like lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy, and crucially, you must distribute that protein evenly across your meals, aiming for 30 to 40 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The biggest mistake is the protein desert breakfast. A piece of toast or a bowl of cereal simply isn't providing the building materials your body needs to utilize the exercise stimulus we are providing. Furthermore, try to consume 20 to 40 grams of protein in the meal immediately following your strength routine, as your muscles are maximally primed to absorb those building blocks during this anabolic window. Furthermore, consistency and recovery are key. Unlike walking, which can be done daily, strength training requires recovery time. When we provide that strong mechanical tension signal, we are intentionally breaking down muscle tissue at a microscopic level. The rebuilding happens during rest. That is why this routine should only be performed 3 times per week with a full day of rest in between. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. The days in between are just as important as the workout days, provided you are fueling your body correctly with adequate protein.
Let's summarize the 4 non-negotiable pillars of killing sarcopenia before we reveal the 2 moves. 1. Mechanical tension. You must challenge the muscle close to failure, 60% plus of max effort. 2. Eccentric focus.
You must slow down the lowering or negative phase of every movement, 4+ seconds. 3. High protein intake. You must hit 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight daily, distributed evenly. 4. Intentional rest and progressive overload. Allow 48 hours for recovery and continually increase the challenge. We also need to discuss the importance of intentionality, or the mind-muscle connection. When you perform these two movements, you are not just checking a box. You must focus your intention entirely on the muscle that is working. If you are doing the squat motion, you must actively think about engaging your glutes and quads. If you are doing the push motion, focus on squeezing your chest and triceps. This intentional focus dramatically increases type 2 muscle fiber recruitment and amplifies the growth signal, making every repetition far more effective. This is the difference between exercising and training. We are training for independence. We have purposefully designed this routine to utilize compound movements. These actions use the most muscle mass, hips, legs, and upper body push, therefore delivering the biggest metabolic and strength payoff. Our two movements focus directly on the key muscle groups that determine your balance, stability, and ability to react quickly. By focusing our massive effort on just these two powerful, high-tension moves, we maximize our results while minimizing our injury risk and time commitment. This is efficiency married to effectiveness, and it is the key to rebuilding strength at any age.
I know this has been a substantial dive into the detailed science of muscle biology, but understanding the why behind your decline and recovery is absolutely crucial for maintaining consistency and effort. If you have found significant value and practical insights in this information so far, please take just 1 second and hit the like button right now. Your simple click tells the platform's algorithm that this information is important and trustworthy, and it helps push this life-changing, independent sating routine to other people who might be losing hope about their physical decline. Thank you so much for helping us spread this vital message. Now that we have established the science of high tension and slow negatives, it is time to reveal the two foundational, life-changing movements that will kill sarcopenia in weeks. We are focusing on two primary compound movements, a push and a sit-to-stand variation. Movement number 1, the intentional negative chair squat, also known as the assisted sissy squat. This move targets your entire lower body, which is the foundation of your stability and independence, your glutes, your hamstrings, and your powerful quadriceps. Execution, step by step. 1. Setup. Find a sturdy kitchen chair or bench that will not slide. Stand directly in front of it with your feet shoulder-width apart, pointing slightly outward, just like you would if you were going to sit down. 2. The descent, the magic phase. This is where the work happens. Instead of plopping down, you are going to lower yourself with extreme control. Initiate the movement by pushing your hips back slightly, as if you are trying to touch the chair with your tailbone. Take a slow, controlled count of 4 to 5 seconds to lower yourself all the way down until your glutes barely touch the seat. You should feel intense tension in your quads, the muscles at the front of your thigh, the entire way down.
3. The pause. Sit only for a brief moment, just long enough to confirm you hit the seat, and immediately begin the ascent. 4. The ascent. Push through your heels and stand up powerfully, taking about 2 seconds for the standing motion. Think about exploding up to the top, but maintaining control. 5. Repetition goal. Do this movement for 3 sets. In each set, aim for a repetition count that brings you close to failure, meaning you can only complete 1 or 2 more repetitions with good form. This might be 8 reps, 10 reps, or 12 reps. The key is pushing the intensity. Movement number 2, the controlled wall push-up. This movement targets your upper body pushing strength, your chest, shoulders, and triceps. This is crucial for pushing yourself up off the floor after a fall, pushing a heavy door, or stabilizing yourself using a countertop. Execution step by step. 1. Setup. Stand a comfortable distance from a sturdy wall. Place your hands slightly wider than shoulder-width apart against the wall. The further your feet are from the wall, the harder the exercise is. 2. The descent, the magic phase. Just like the squat, we prioritize the negative. Take a slow, controlled count of 4 to 5 seconds to lower your chest toward the wall. Keep your back straight, maintaining a strong plank position from your head to your heels. Do not let your hips sag. 3. The pause. When your nose is about an inch from the wall,
Pause for a second. 4. The ascent. Push back strongly and quickly, but with control, to the starting position. Focus on squeezing your chest muscles as you push. 5. Repetition goal. Again, perform 3 sets, aiming for a repetition range that brings you close to failure. If 15 repetitions are too easy, step your feet further back from the wall to increase the mechanical tension.
Remember the schedule. 3 sets of the chair squat, followed immediately by 3 sets of the wall push-up. Rest for 2 to 3 minutes between sets. Perform this routine 3 times a week, such as Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Commit to the 4-second negative count every single time. That slow descent is your secret weapon against sarcopenia. You now possess the knowledge and the exact plan to reverse years of muscle loss using just 2 simple movements and the incredible power of your own body weight. Don't wait until you need help getting off the couch or relying on a cane. Your physical independence starts right now, today. Bookmark this video so you can refer back to the form cues and the principles of progressive overload. Find your sturdy chair and your wall. Start with just 3 sets of those 2 powerful moves, 3 times per week. You do not need a gym. You do not need expensive equipment. You just need intention, consistency, and a strong commitment to that slow 4-second negative count and your protein goals. Commit to these 2 moves for the next 4 weeks and feel the dramatic change in your ability to move, lift, react, and live freely. Let me know in the comments below which move you are starting with first and share your journey with us. Let's get stronger together, starting today.